Well, they honored the 2005 Final Four team here at the KFC Yum Center during Louisville's 88-78 win over Miami, and that was fitting in some ways because that team did not have a lot of depth. They played 5 guys, 29 minutes. They averaged 29 minutes or more, all 5 starters all season. That just doesn't happen today. And this Louisville team playing right now really just had 7 guys by the time the game was over. They were playing without Chucky Hepburn, point guard, who you have to feel like maybe getting closer to coming back, but he has a groin injury, sustained it last game. He did not play at all in this one. And you know, you lose your leading scorer and your leading assist man, as valuable as he is as a point guard, that's a big loss. Terrence Edwards stepped into his spot, had 26 points and 10 assists. It was a fantastic performance, played all 40 minutes. Said it was the first time he played a whole game at point guard since maybe the 6th grade, but he looked like he'd been doing it for a while. The offense was a little different, of course, without Chucky Hepburn in there, but it still had Edwards getting inside and scoring near the rim. It had Rain Smith shooting 3-pointers. He was 6 of 15 from 3-point range. They needed him to take that many threes with Hepburn not able to kick in, and he did it. He wasn't red hot, but he made enough to score 25 points. He played 29 minutes, and then Javon Hadley played 29 minutes, had 12 points, 7 rebounds, his usual solid game. They weren't great defensively in the second half of this one. Miami was able to take them to the rim when they wanted to a lot of times, but they got enough steals after Miami pulled within single digits a couple times. And one of the great things about this team is that they just keep making big plays. They have answers when other teams threaten them, so that they're never like under real duress in the final minutes of games here in the ACC. That'll change in the NCAA tournament. It'll change against better teams. This game is not going to look like much when you look at the analytics. They started the day 27th in Ken Palm. They win this game, they drop to 28th. That's just what happens when you play teams like this. But it's a far more impressive win than it looks given the circumstances. James Scott, their starting center, another starter, gets lost in this game just a few minutes in, gets hit in the face, breaks some teeth, is gone to a dentist. We don't know what his status is moving forward, when he's going to get back, but he's really important on this offense, probably unsung in some ways. His ability to pass the ball, distribute, handle the ball in that high post and trigger the offense that way is a big deal for this team. And without him, they really looked different offensively, but they were still effective. They shot 49% in this game, tried a few different things to get Smith some shots out on top. Edwards was effective getting in the paint and scoring. Hadley scoring in the paint. Enough from some other guys. Boubacar Traore doing what he does. So I was really impressed, and I think they did a good job reflecting the kind of grit it took Louisville back in 2005 to get to a Final Four. That team had no business being in a Final Four. There were not any NBA players on that team. You know, even then, you figured it took 2 first-round draft picks to get to a Final Four. They didn't have any, and they figured out a way just through toughness to get there. It's a good group for this one to emulate, and in this game, even against a depleted Miami team, doesn't have its coach, and they're struggling and all that, it's an impressive way to finish it out. So that's my thought on Louisville. They now head on the road for a couple games that they're supposed to win, at NC State, at Notre Dame, but everything is tough when you're depleted. And they're now playing without Cason Pryor. They're playing without Corin Johnson. They played today without Chucky Hepburn, and they played without James Scott. That's 3 guys who've started and a 4th who could start from time to time if he needed to. That's pretty good, pretty impressive no matter who you're playing against. So good stuff for Louisville basketball today as they beat Miami. We will continue to cover it, read about it at WDRB.com, watch on the news. Thanks for watching here. Eric Crawford for WDRB Sports.